I am Jamie from Sci-Fivision. Thanks so much for talking to me today. I watched all 8 episodes yesterday and really liked it.
In
Clearly,
one day?
really liked it. Right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Was it because you had to or you wanted to?
yeah, how are you doing?
I enjoyed it. I wanted to see the end. I had to know what happened.
Huh.
So to start, can you talk about where did the idea come from? I'm not sure, which one of you that's a better question for, but whoever wants to answer it.
Well, the idea originally came from, there's a shorter answer that we had our daughter over 15 years ago, and she was born with blue eyes. And we called her Little Blue Eye Samurai, and that was a great name. And then, I started sort of digging deeper and thinking, what would it have been like to have blue eyes, in ancient Japan, when the borders were closed, and started to kind of exercise my own demons about, thinking that blue eyes were beautiful. What would it have been like? And from there, we just sort of started spinning this tale, and got serious about it. What was it, about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And actually started putting pen to paper and fleshing it out.
Let me ask you, Michael, how is this different, like working on I guess anime, I shouldn't say cartoon, an anime compared to like a live action show? How is it different for you?
Well, as we learned doing it, we're animation, not anime, because anime is a particular style, and
Oh, okay.
we like to think that
No, which I know.
no, it's a show for anime fans, but it isn't anime, and we want to make that clear. In some ways, it's very much the same as live action. In some ways, it's very different. We treated the scripts as if they were live action scripts. The scenes had to make sense. Everything had to be really locked in and efficient and taut. And the emotions had to be grounded and real and experiential. So many of the different departments, like casting, we treated the same way as live action. Previous stunt viz, wardrobe, costume design, we treated like live action. Sound and music, it was no different. But the production element is very, very different because storyboard to animation, and that was new for us, and that's great because it's we come out of live action, and as fans of animation, we thought we knew how that worked. But one of the most fun things you can do in our field is find something completely new where you feel like a kid again. And we got to work with incredible artists. Our supervising director, Jane Wu, who just really took it on herself to teach us how to deserve the jobs we already had in running a show that's animated. But you just learn what the limitations are and what the production pressures are. And we got to learn on the job.
How closely did you work with designing the characters, since it is animated?
Very closely. We had, we knew that it's like Mizu needed to look very, very specific. We needed Mizu to not look overly pretty or sexy, right, or, to have a lot of elements. We needed her to not look too Japanese or too white. We knew, but it took our character designers, namely Brian Kessinger, and we did many, many iterations until everyone agreed that this is our Mizu. And that once we got Mizu, all of the other characters kind of fell into place.
It's a lot like casting, where you're just really looking for perfect because it as soon as you see it. When like everyone kind of had that palpable, that's Mizu. And then it's on the technical side, they had to make sure that character could be animated in a way that she would be expressive, because we just knew we needed the audience to have as high an attachment to that character as if she was cast with a live human being.
You speak about casting though, did the voice casting for like the main characters come quickly then with this?
They did, yes. We had Maya Erskine in mind for Mizu from the time we started writing. And, she was very excited to come aboard our crazy ship. And everybody else was really excited about this new idea for a series. And people were, it helped that productions were shut down due to COVID. And everybody wanted to do something. But everybody just brought their artistry and lended their talents so beautifully to us.
And they trusted us. We would say till we were blue in the face, no, this is going to be different and it's going to look different. And they're like, uh-huh. And then finally we started being able to show them stuff. And it was wonderful because they just looked like, oh, that's what you meant all this time.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long that usually takes quite a bit with with the animation, I'm guessing, for them to get to see it. Years
Yes.
even.
Yeah, whether it was stills or just little bits here and there, and different people have different level of experience with animation to know what the early phase stuff looks like.
Right.
But everyone was game, everyone was trusting. It was great.
Out of curiosity, just my own curiosity, is it in 3D though, rendered into 2D? Because sometimes with the environments, it seemed like it was like the cameras were 3D.
It was the hybrid, yeah, 3D, 2D.
Okay, cool. I was just curious about that.
There are 2D elements. There are times when the backgrounds are 2D, times when it's 3D. Yeah.
Right, right.
Our favorite parts are where you can't tell. And every once in a while, it's, there are definitely parts where like, can't we retake that shot? No, darn, I guess it revealed itself.
All right. Can you tell me like maybe your favorite scene that you're allowed to talk about? Is there something kind of sticks out?
I am very, very proud of episode 5. Amber wrote that by herself, and I think it's the most beautiful story. It was just one where we'd kind of kicked around like, hey, what might happen in this episode? And Amber just said, what if it was this? And she pitched it to me in like one sitting, and I'm like, that's the whole episode. We'll do that. And then we just put on the board, typed it up, and shot it. Like, it was one of the most amazing development processes.
Is it strange getting to see kind of out what comes from your head onto the screen, and especially when it's animated? That's got to be a cool feeling that somebody did.
Yeah, it's amazing. And to see it come together so beautifully. I know that it doesn't always come from the page onto the screen the way you want it to. So this has been an incredible experience.
Yeah, I think the only disappointment is that animation now is done digitally so much that that there aren't as many drawings for us to steal and frame and put up at home. It all just lives on iPads and screens. But if we would wallpaper the house with Blue Eye Samurai.
Do you have more story, like if it does go on, because it definitely seems like it could?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a long journey planned.
This is season 1.
And we need everybody to watch it November 3rd. So starting November 3rd, so that we can tell it's a very fulsome tale we have.
Yep. Just the start.
I was going to say quickly, why don't you give a pitch for people who haven't seen it? What can they expect?
Blue Eye Samurai?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, log lines. That's the hardest thing. Can't you say, if you said, can you tell me the long version?
I think the log line is a mixed race master of the sword seeks revenge in a life of disguise in Edo period Japan.
That is okay.
So that was
yeah, that's the shortest version. Well, I very much enjoyed it. And it was surprising too. I liked the story. I was surprised by a lot of it. So like the sort of romance, I guess. Don't want to spoil too much, but that was enjoyable. So
okay. Right, well, hopefully it's the beginning of a longer journey with them.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I hope to see season 2.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.